All right, y'all, we're back with part 6 on our Cypress slab. Just want to show you, look, check out what's going on. So that's exactly what we were shooting for. All right, and that is coat 1. It's coat 1. Look how clean. Remember that had all the resin in it. Look, I want to show you something too. Check this out. This is exactly, remember we set this here yesterday. When we were done, it was sitting there. I popped this out this morning, and this is what I want to show you. I want you to see the thickness there. See, that's how we had that sitting in there. So that's roughly about 1/8 of an inch. But what I want to show you is look how it starts climbing right there. See how thick that gets? And then it shrinks down back to the 1/8. So what happened is when this was in here and I set it off to the side, and it was leaning like this. The reason I'm showing you that is because see where it's thin? You can see a bubble right there. But remember, we just let it sit here. We didn't try to get any of the bubbles out. A lot of the, you can see all the different tones of glitter in this particular pigment. You can see all those little bubbles though. But remember, we didn't get those out. But let me show you this. That's all where the thin part is. Look at the thick part. Right where it was thick. Look at that. Okay, so that was tabletop resin. Over here on this side was poured to the correct thickness, so to speak. When you know it's too thick, this is what happens. You get too much piled up, and tabletop resin will start to heat up where it's so super thick. It's too thick to pour. And that's what'll happen. So just a huge difference on that side to that side. We just wanted to show you though. So this would need, that's why we are going to use casting resin down in these, because they're so deep. That's exactly what would happen. We would sit here and fight these bubbles with tabletop resin, and we would end up burning all this resin. It wouldn't cure correctly. That's why we are slicking this up with tabletop resin, and we're going to switch over to casting resin. So this was our first seal coat right here. I've already got the first amount in. It's sitting here precisely. Hey, so look, I want to show you, despite the bubbles, okay, the bubbles are there just for mixing. So despite that, look how crystal clear our resin is, okay? Again, the bubbles are for mixing. But look how crystal clear that is. And we're approaching, our halfway mark, about 75 degrees. We're going to dump in our pigment. So I just wanted to show you though, that's how clear we are before we're getting ready to put the mix in and continue mixing on up to about 78. This is seal coat number 2. Okay, the importance of seal coat number 2 is to get anything that we did not get on the initial seal coat. So look, I wanted to show you. So this is seal coat number 2. The importance of what you're achieving here in that second seal coat. See how slicked up that is? It's glassed up, but it is not filled up. So after our first, all this is done, that big old slit, all this is done. I'm down to right here, these gashes out. The importance of this second seal coat. The importance of it is crucial. Because it is just like this. We don't care what we get up on the table. See, and then all that extra, we just keep going with it. We're just slicking this up. And then look, I take that little bit off the edge. Go ahead and apply that right over here. Keep going. We'll change the size of our brushes if that gash is too small. Once you slick these up again, then anything left from before will be completely covered now. And the only bubbles you got to worry about are the ones in the cast. So that's it. So that second seal coat is applied. Okay, so everything is trapped. We have a coat of limousine black paint under this and 2 seal coats. So later on today, we're gonna let all this sit here now for a few hours. And we're gonna let all this get real good and tacky to where it's not coming off on our glove. And we're gonna be ready to pour our casted resin in here and to get all this filled up. So stay tuned, you all. Our favorite part's coming up.